Hi, I'm Amit.
And I'm Brian. We're here with AV Insights and Advice. We're going to talk with you today about master services agreements, or what other people might call multi-year contracts. So, a lot of the times in this industry, you end up looking at an event and you're signing up a production partner for that 1 year or for that one conference. And oftentimes your production partner says, hey, sign a multi-year agreement. And you're like, whoa, hold your horses. You know, what is in it for me, the meeting planner, to sign a multi-year agreement? So I brought my friend here, Amit, because he's got lots of insights as to what is in a multi-year agreement for the meeting planner and why it benefits them. Amit, what would you say is the best benefit of a multi-year agreement?
Well, before I get into that, Brian, you know I don't like to be locked down, and so this
That's
topic
right.
is very personal to me.
No contract.
No contract. But honestly, one of the biggest reasons to do this is I think it breeds familiarity. I think doing this for 15 plus years, like seeing the same faces over and over just helps not only your attendees, the meeting planners, but even us engage in the event itself, and it adds, I think it's the familiarity of it. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if you bring a team together and you say, hey, this is the first time this team is going to play a game, you know, they go out there, you know, there's a lot of chemistry that isn't there. There's a lot of, you know, effort that has to be built to kind of make that team effective. However, if that team comes together month after month, or in this case, maybe year after year on your events, there's an amazing amount of chemistry, familiarity, efficiency that is gained by that team working together. Not only the production team, but also the meeting planning team, the attendees, the presenters. And what happens is each year that event elevates and improves.
Gets better and better every year.
Just because the group is working together. So multi-year agreements aren't all about the money.
Nope.
But
It's
there
about
is some
CEO
benefit.
too, you know, knowing that his A1 is the same year after year, knowing that when he gets mic'd up, he's feeling comfortable and confident when he goes up on stage as well.
I agree. So we think there's a lot of value in those multi-year agreements outside of the financial side. But the financial side is also very important. So when you look at your overall multi-year agreement, your 3-year agreement, what happens is when you work with your provider, or with Clarity in this case, you can have a predictable spend year after year. So why does that happen for the multi-year agreements in our model with our meeting planners?
Well, what we do with the MSAs is we lock in the equipment pricing and our labor pricing for 3 to 5 years, which obviously now as a meeting planner, you know what your budget is, not only this year, but the next few years out. I think of all the things we speak about though, the pricing issue is the least important. I think it's the familiarity. But as far as pricing, going back to it, the predictable spend, I mean, how can you not want that? Knowing that you have a good partner, you're cost controlled for at least 3 years, and you can count on them to do good work.
And the quality is going to get better every
Exactly.
year because they learn your event and they make a big impact on that.
100%, yeah.
So I definitely believe that the spend, you know, is a very critical part of being able to predict what you're going to do every year. If your program changes or you want to enhance your overall event, you know, you want to kind of spice it up a little bit, you definitely can add to that. It's very flexible on the spend each year, but it's a very predictable outcome with a partner who you're very familiar with. The other thing that I would say really makes a difference when you work with the same company on your event year after year is there's something that happens after that first year of working with them where they learn your culture, they learn what your event look and feel should be, and they learn how your attendees react to different things. And what happens then is the engineers kind of feed off of that, and then the next year they do things that are a little bit unique, a little bit different, and they bring excitement, they bring enthusiasm to that, they bring creativity to that. And so that second year, that third year, that fourth year, the event continues to have like more energy and more excitement because the engineers get to know how your event should feel, how it should look, and we key off of that, and they're excited to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, to add to that, I mean, I was just looking back in my last 10 years of doing this, and the incremental situations where like when an engineer knows your presenters, they know their music type, they know what engages them, which in the end makes the audience feel better because the moment a presenter is engaged in their topic, they're going to deliver a great presentation and the attendees are going to enjoy it, and that's the whole point of this. So with that all being said, I do think all that, the little knowledges that you pick up after the first year, the second year, the incremental growth it actually makes the event so much more better after, you know, even after the first year. So
Yeah, I do think there's a huge time savings too in multi-year agreements.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you're the type of company that every year tries to go out, you're in a different city, you're trying to get bids from the in-house production company or local production company, maybe someone you used before, you have to explain the event over and over again. You have to then evaluate all those different proposals that come in, and you're spending a lot of your time trying to figure that out. In a multi-year agreement, the production company already knows a year in advance that that event is going to take place, and they're able to work with the in-house, they're able to negotiate rigging, power, high speed, all of that can be done well in advance, which you have a lot better chance of accomplishing that, rather than if you're dealing with a 90-day or 120-day window, you don't know if you're going to win the event. So that there's a lot of value that happens by having that year-over-year consistency in the overall commitment, both from the customer and from the production company together.
How great would it be if you knew, hey, Brian, you know what I want, take care of it.
Yep.
All done.
Make it happen.
Yeah.